So we have another customer's tree, trees that lose their way. There are many people who buy bonsai and are either not experienced enough to look after it, or they don't have the skill or knowledge to do it. Or worse of all, they are lazy to do it. So you get all sorts of people. So this is a customer's tree. I don't know what this is. This is one of those moisture things, I think. It's to hold fertilizer. So let's remove this. This is a typical Japanese import. And it's been planted on one of these Japanese volcanic stones. Not Ibigawa, but sort of pumice type volcanic rock. So the roots are draped over it and the roots go into the soil there. And it's just a plant on a rock. It's doing nothing. The beauty of the tree has been lost. So let's see how we can bring it back to a reasonable shape and condition again. I'm sure it's grown more than twice its original size. I can see some of the original branches are here, but these branches are almost like rogue shoots, you know. They're as strong as the leader. In fact, stronger than the leader. And they become very, very long. I can shorten it or do something with it. But certainly I don't, or I can't let it continue growing like this. So let's begin by choosing the front. We can either have the tree facing this side or have it facing this way. Both of them are possible. I don't know which looks nicer. Some people prefer to the left, some people prefer to the right. If I use this side, it's not too difficult because I can shorten this branch, and then it could look quite nice like this. I can also use this side, should I wish to, but somehow the roots don't grip so well on this side, and this branch is coming this way. So this makes it difficult. It hides the rock. Although I can, if I really wanted to, cut that off and just use these other branches. So both sides are possible. So it's a big choice to do. Looking at it, I still think the roots are better this side. So with this in view, I will work from this side and then decide what to do with these. Okay, you can see the beautiful twisted shape. The original branches are there. This is a bit too long, this is a bit too long, and the leader is there. So straight away, the beauty is in the rock, so I don't want to hide the rock. So let's take this off. This is a bit long. I don't want it doing that. Maybe take it back to about there. A lot of rewiring to do. And this one at the back, I know it can help thicken the trunk, but let's not look at the back of it. I'm using this as the front. Let's work from this side first and see what we can make out of this. So it's just a question of refining. We are not really reshaping the tree in any way. It's just refining the tree. So that branch that I cut off, that could be made into a gin. And then we'll refine the wiring over here. There's a strange branch there, although it's coming from the inside. I'll keep it because it'll make it too bare if I removed it completely. Remember that showing the trunk is very important, so we'll remember to show the trunk as much as possible. We can brush that up. And then this one we will shorten or wire properly. And the back we will look at a little later. Let's deal with the front first. So we can brush the trunk up, and then we will, before we put wire on it, we'll brush it keep it clean, and then we will rewire. So that's all we're going to do. Let us show you where we've got to simply by using the brass wire brush. We've brushed the trunks up, and you see the lovely red color, and all the juniper bark has peeled off. This is the juniper bark, and the tree already looks tidy without any wiring, just by cleaning the bark. Now we got to thin it much more. It's too dense. It's just like a jungle. So we got to flatten these and do a bit of fine wiring. So let me just do a bit of thinning out so that we can prune it more easily. This will come down like this, that will come, I know that this comes from the end curve, but it's still nice. So this can be wired. The ends of the shoots we'll take out, and this has to be thinned out quite considerably. And these will all be wired, and we'll create a new apex with the top. So that's where we are. We won't worry too much about the back. Worst come to worst, we may take it off completely. Let's deal with the front first, and without going too far, we will just do a little simple driftwood. Most of you will know by now that we do that by making a partial cut, and then we will strip the bark back, or strip the whole wood back. To give it that torn effect, you see, like that. Just by tearing it, it looks so natural like that. So sometimes we got to sacrifice a bit. So we are now going to wire these two. We find similar thickness wire to wire the two. Make sure we have the right grade of wire. I've just completed a class this morning, and I have to keep reminding those who come on the class that you have to select the right grade of wire to wire, otherwise it doesn't work. Simple things like making sure there's enough wire to go to the end of each branch that you want to wire. Two branch principle as always. Keeping a tree in good condition is like servicing your car. Many of our very well-to-do customers, they think that they buy a bonsai and that's the end of story. You don't have to do anything. But when you tell them that it's like a good car, you've got to maintain it, you've got to service it. You can't just leave it like that, otherwise it just goes downhill. This is a relatively small juniper. I've seen people who own some very major big junipers, and they don't care for it at all. And learning to wire takes a bit of patience, but it's again what we say, not rocket science. So all these are going to be wired with thinner wires. Even these will be wired. So we are now going to just wire them all and show you again. So we will wire these with thin wires, wire this, and then we will see in a while how it looks. What the wiring entails. So this is it, we're making pads with it. So that's how each pad is going to look. And we're going to proceed to wire every single branch, and we will transform the look of this tree completely. So we've got so far, and we've taken out, I would say, half of the foliage to thin it to show the structure of the tree. And we've got that huge chunk at the back. We will probably have to eliminate that. that has been a sacrificial to thicken the trunk, and we'll show it to you again when all the branches have been wired. So we've thinned the tree out, and there's a big branch at the back which we can keep as a sacrificial, but if not, we will just cut it off. This last branch is being wired by Josh. Turn it around. Okay, turn it around so we see that long branch. So it's that branch we're talking about. That massive branch. We could keep it as sacrificial, but not. Let's cut it off. Use the secateurs and cut it off. And then we can just add a little gin as well, yeah. Closer than that, yeah. Yeah, that's it. And then we tidy it up. There you go. So when we compare the before and after, there's a big difference. So this is what the tree looks like now.